a jar of fire right there. That's a story in itself. Those are Tabasco peppers. We're going to make Tabasco sauce. With that, we picked those Thanksgiving Day of all things, and the gardening season, of course, this is 2020, everything's crazy, so gardening season's crazy. We went out there and I didn't have a Tabasco plant. I had a Tabasco tree frosted last night. It's going to get really cold. It's down in the low 20s tonight, so it's going to be over. And I just picked them all and made some Tabasco sauce. I started making a video of it, and the fumes got so bad here in the kitchen that you couldn't stand it, and I had to take them outside and make a mash out of them, and got them in a jar finally, got them fermented, and didn't get a video anyway. But we got a little project today. We went ahead and picked the rest of the peppers and everything, and there's what we got. I'm gonna take these and we're gonna ferment these, and I'm gonna show you how to do this. Sometimes you get you know, some leftover stuff that you don't have time to put up and you don't want it to go to waste. Well, these are bell peppers. These are the bell peppers that we had left over. We picked those two, chopped them up. We're going to ferment them, and we're going to show you how to do that. Also, we were at the box store Saturday. We picked these up for a little bit of nothing. We're going to ferment these as well, and this is good stuff. If you we'll just put them in there willy-nilly and mix them up in a jar. And you know, sometimes you go to the store and you pick this stuff up for a little bit of nothing. And fermenting's a good way to store these. So we'll get after it. First thing you want to do is get you a quart of water. I like to use it a little warm, not hot, but warm. And to that quart of water, you're going to want to add some sea salt or some real salt. Don't use iodized salt. It will not work in this. And to that quart of water, we're going to add, well, 4 teaspoons, I'm sorry. 4 teaspoons of water. 4 teaspoons of water. Boy, it's early. 4 teaspoons of salt to that 1 quart of water. That's going to be our brine. And you want to mix this up really good. Make sure it's all dissolved. Make sure all your salt's really dissolved real good. This is going to go over your vegetables. The main thing when you're doing this fermenting is make sure everything is clean. You want your vegetables clean. You want your jars clean. Throw them in some boiling water if if you think you need to. But you got to be safe, because this will grow bacteria if it's dirty. So you don't want that. All right, let's get to packing some vegetables. All right, got our jars, got them clean. We're gonna start packing these peppers. And you can do anything. Any of these vegetables will work. Your root crops. I've got some sweet potatoes over there I'm thinking about doing. And what you want to do is you want to really pack these in there. You can use these for snacks. You can cook with them. It's going to give that little pickle flavor, that little sour flavor to it. But it don't hurt to push them down in there real hard and get the juice flowing in there. I did throw a hot pepper in there as well. You can You can add garlic to these, whatever flavor you want. That's the beauty of this, is you can make it the way you want it. That's all the peppers that we had. Get them shoved down in there real good. All right. To that, we're going to take and add up to about 1.5 inches towards the top. You don't want any air. Air is your enemy here. We're going to put our brine in there. See all those bubbles coming up. I'm going to squash that out a little bit. But you want to make sure your vegetables are covered. And we have a little gadget for that. We're up pretty close. I'd add just a hair more. We're up pretty close to where we want to be. And in order to keep those down out of the air, they make these little fermentation weights. These are glass. And they fit down in there. And as you can see, I have already put too much water in there. Let me dump some of that out. There we go with that. Now, you can use a regular lid on this, but I prefer this, because if you use a regular lid, you've got to burp it every day. Because you're creating gas in these that will blow a jar up. So I prefer these little burpers. See a little hole in there? And this is the way I like to do it. Put that on there. Put your lid on there. Put it in a room temperature setting, like on your counter in your kitchen, and let it set for 4 or 5 days. You'll see bubbles coming up in this. Bubbles will start rising, and you'll see that in the fermentation process that's taking place. I'm going to have to add a little more water to that, I think. But you'll see these bubbles coming up, and that's a good sign. That's what you want to see. These peppers, you can see down in the bottom, there's a space down there where this is all started to ferment. But leave them out on the counter for 4 or 5 days and watch them. You don't have to burp them with these burpers. The gas will come out this little hole, and that makes it nice. Let's put some vegetables in a jar. Folks, this used to be the way they stored stuff, and this method has been used for thousands of years, or more, I don't know, a long time. You see we got a little broccoli and some carrots. These are healthy snacks. I probably need some healthy snacks after Thanksgiving. Push them down in there good. I like the fermented carrots. You know, diet season's coming up. Everybody starts that diet after Christmas, right? I don't do that stuff anymore. All right, there's a jar full of vegetables. Let's brine these. Same recipe. 4 teaspoons to a quart of water. Again, make sure your stuff's clean. Put our little jar glass in there. We've got that one good. I would think that they could make these burpers a different color besides pink, but that's what they decided to do. Well, we got a purple one this time. This one's being a pain. You'll get that sometimes. It's just that simple. Tighten the lid down. 4 or 5 days, you'll have vegetables, and they'll be fermented and preserved. And after 4 or 5 days, you take the weight out, take the glass weight out of them, and put them in a refrigerator. Eat them as you need them. The peppers, you can use them for cooking, whatever you want, you know. But that's how we do it. Fermenting your vegetables. It's an alternative, you know. You don't want to pull all the canning stuff out and the cold pack and all that kind of stuff. This is a way to do it. It does give it a little zing to it, but the health benefits, probiotics, that kind of thing, you can read up on that stuff, and that's what you get with these when you ferment these vegetables like that. Hey, appreciate y'all watching. Like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Share these videos. Appreciate y'all stopping by. See you next time.